Hello everybody, it's Stella from New Hope Wellbeing and we are back with another video. And today we are discussing the Titan god of the stars, the planets and the art of astrology. His name was Astraios. His partner was Eos. He was the goddess of the dawn. And with her, he was the father of the stars and the four seasonal winds. The arrival of these winds was heralded by a rising of certain constellations. He also had a daughter named Astraea, who was the goddess of the constellation Virgo. Astraios' name appears throughout several of the Titan lists of giants, and they are the giants who made war on the gods, which suggests where he played some sort of role in both the Titan and the giant wars. He was the son of the Titan Sirius and the Titaness Eurybia, and with Eos he became the father of the winds Zephyrus, Boreas, and Noctus, as well as the morning star, and all the stars of heaven. Now we'll go into some of the mythology that I was able to find him in, and it's this one is the maiden Asteria, who in her hands bears the gleaming ear of corn, whether she be daughter of Astraios, who men say was of old the father of the stars, or child of other sire, untroubled be her course. So I guess that one is like a perfect example of, there are so many different retellings of myths, and so much information does change from telling to telling. So that is just a perfect example of that. She could be his daughter, she could be the daughter of somebody else. We don't really know. So these ones are more about his sons, so we'll cover them off when we do cover his sons. This is a longer myth, which will probably take up most of this video. So it's from a Greek epic dating from the 5th century AD. So all that dwelt in Olympus had the same, struck by one bolt of desire, and wooed for the union with Dio's divine daughter Persephone. Then Dio, or should later be called Demeter, lost the brightness of her rosy face, her swelling heart was lashed by sorrows. She hastened with quick foot to the house of Astraios, the god of prophecy. Her hair flowed behind her unbraided, and clusters were shaking with the fitful winds. Eosphoros, or the dawn star, saw her and brought the news. Old Astraios heard it and arose. He had covered the surface of the table with dark dust. And this is an ancient mathematician's equivalent of the blackboard, where he was describing in traced lines a circle with the tooth of his rounding tool, within which he inscribed a square in the dark ashes, and another figure with 3 equal sides and angles. He left all this and rose and came towards the door to meet Demeter. As they hastened through the hall, Hesperios led Demeter to a chair beside his father's seat. With equal affection, the winds, the sons of Astraios, welcomed the goddess with refreshing cups of nectar, which were ready mixed in the bowl. But Demeter refused to drink, being tipsy with Persephone's troubles. Parent of an only child ever tremble for their beloved children. But Astraios was one of sweet words, who possessed mind-bewitching persuasion, and with great pains he persuaded Demeter to consent while still denying. Then the ancient prepared a great spread, that he might dispel Demeter's heart-piercing cares by his table. The winds fitted aprons around their waists as their father's waiters. Urios, the east wind, held out the cups by the mixing bowl and poured in the nectar. Notos, the south wind, had the water ready in his jug for the meal. Boreos, the north wind, brought the ambrosia and set it on the table. Zephyros, the west wind, fingering the notes of the hautboy, made a tune on his reeds of springtime, a womanish wind this. Esphorios plaited garlands of flowers in posies, yet proud with the morning dew. Hesperios, the evening star, held aloft the torch which is wont to give light in the night, and spun about with dancing leg, while he tossed high his curving foot, for he is the escort of the erotos, or the loves, well practised in the skipping tracery of the bridal dance. After the banquet, as soon as the goddess had had enough of the dance, she threw of the heavy goad of mind-maddening care, and inquired of the seer art. She laid her left hand on the knees of the kindly ancient, and with her right touched his deep-flowing beard in supplication. She recounted all her daughter's wooers, and carved a comfortable oracle for divinations, can steal away anxieties by means of hopes to come. Nor did old Astraios refuse. He learnt the details of the day when her only child was newborn, and the exact time and veritable course of the seasons which gave her birth. Then he bent the turning fingers of his hands, and measuring the moving circles of the ever-recurring number, counting from hand to hand in double exchange, reckoning the number of days in the years of her life on his fingers. He called to a servant, and Asterion lifted a round resolving sphere, the shape of the sky, the image of the universe, and laid it upon the lid of a chest. Here the ancient got to work. He turned it upon its pivot and directed its gaze round the circle of the zodiac, scanning in this place and that the planets and fixed stars. He rolled the pole about with a push, and a counterfeit sky went rapidly round and round in mobile course, with a perpetual movement, carrying the artificial stars about the axle set through the middle. Observing the sphere with a glance all around, the deity found that Selene, the moon, at the full was crossing the curved line of her conjunction, and Helios, the sun, was half through his course. Opposite Selene, the moon, moving at his central point under the earth, a pointed cone of darkness creeping from the earth into the air opposite to the sun, his the whole moon. Then when he heard the rivals of wedded love, he looked especially for Ares, and espied the wife-robber over the sunset house, along the evening star of the Caperian, or the planet Venus. He found the portion called the portion of the parents under the Virgin's starry corn ear, and found the ear round the light-bearing star of Zeus, father of rain. When he had noticed everything and reckoned the circuit of the stars, he put away the ever-revolving sphere in its roomy box, the sphere with its curious surface, and in answer to the goddess he mouthed out a triple oracle of prophetic sound. Fond mother Demeter, when the rays of the moon are stolen under a shady cone and her light gone, guard against a robber bridegroom, for Persephone, a secret ravisher of your unskirmished girl. If the threads of the Morai can be persuaded, you will see before marriage a false and secret bedfellow, come unforeseen a half monster, cunning-minded, since I perceive the western point Aries, the wife-stealer, walking with the planet Venus, and I notice the Dracon is riding beside them both. But I proclaim you most happy, for you'll be known for glorious fruits in the four quarters of the universe, because you shall bestow fruit on the barren soil, since the Virgin, Astraios, holds out her hands full of corn for the destined lot. For your girl's parents, this said, he let the ocular voice sleep in his mouth. So this is the tale of the prophecy of the seduction of Persephone, which we will cover off in later videos when we get to the Olympians. So, as you can tell from that long story, he was quite the wise man, or the wise god. He would turn to for the knowledge, for the oracles. He probably was at one point in time probably the god of the oracles, or the god of prophecy, seeing as he is also the god of the art of astrology. And obviously, as the later years came into play, other gods rose up to those positions. Much like the primordials, I couldn't find anything in relation to a cult of Astraios or any religious practices or prayers, but doesn't mean they don't exist, just means I haven't found them or they have yet to be rediscovered. So that is just a little bit today about the Titan god of stars and planets and the art of astrology. We will be back next week with some more videos. Until then, I hope everybody has a great weekend and we'll chat soon. Bye!